all the way on
Well, they're
C
waiting.
long.
They're waiting for the 0 point, Dan. They're waiting for it.
Yeah.
That's next level. That is actually so smart. I thought they were AFK. And now they're immediately going into the A hit. And then they realize the 0 point doesn't come through. And the site's free. 2 trips though.
Yeah, it's a retake setup. We've got that Cam getting a tag here with the cage ready to kind of help her way out. There goes the Paranoia. So they
Trip got
really
KP,
well
Dan.
set up.
The trip got KP. We're in a 5-on-4 now.
We're close with the Sheriff. Oh, just trying to delay things here around spawn. Trying to prevent the retake from coordinating from all sides at once, but in it comes Stefanie through. There's that Paranoia. Somehow Panini able to defend. EMUHLEET makes her way up that Suez position, and that's a very strong look now, thanks to EMUHLEET. Big looking strong, finishing off their last remaining player, and that retake was beautiful.
Absolutely textbook. And yeah, you gave all the credit to EMUHLEET. She deserved it. The molly into the corner forces the player to the right. Swings, gets that frag, and plays perfectly off of showliana's excellent, the perfect time recon from showliana. It's just everything so well done in the retake from Dig.
I do love how, like, you know, as we, you know, as you pointed out, you know, we were talking about the 0 point and the impact it can have for the defenders at the beginning of the round. Just the fact that it's on the server, regardless of whether it gets thrown or not, messes with timings. And that was an example in that first round. But we'll see a dynamic now. We have actually the KO of EMUHLEET on that short A position. The paint shells to cover the pickup of the orb, and they get the smoke there. This is exactly what Sean was talking about. You get that deep control. Now that smoke's up, there's so much like effort and cost of util to actually move and forward beyond that smoke and take control that it's unlikely that Shopify will do that whilst the smoke is up at least.
Yep, and here's what I was referring to in pregame as well. You can give up the A control if you have things like the Trailblazer and Drone to retake, and that's exactly what they do. We didn't get to draw much attention to Lorri, by the way. I think she's an animal on this Jet. She's a Jet main, and 30 and 14 in first bloods throughout the entire tournament. Let's keep watching her, but I'm gonna not ignore this round because they could win this round, Dan.
Theia's in a pretty good spot here on the plat. Unable to find the connections. Lorri's going to go down. Trades come through. The rain just in that smoke, causing problems. 3 versus 3 here. The spike still needs to get planted. In fact, KP's running the spike away from the C site. And okay, well, they've got an isolated showliana. They know where showliana is, more or less, like towards our C site. And I think KP was almost in a spot where she could just plant the spike on that C site, but decided to run all the way down long and just rotate. And it looks like it should work out quite nicely. Can plant that. They know so many positions are safe right now.
The Sova battle at long, though, Dan. She can get the one-on-one.
Last player standing.
And KP had no HP to win that fight.
It's a heaven plant. I love this. They thought it through. They left a heaven plant in.
Against the Killjoy too. Very difficult. showliana there. Gonna see the turret. Gonna bait out the shots. Oh, so difficult. It's like a game of whack-a-mole and flowerful. It's gonna pick up the rounds for the team. Very well done. 1-1 now.
Oof. That's a... When you're holding that angle in a one-on-one, Dan, and a turret is what peaks you, I think you just want to punch your monitor at that point, right?
Yeah.
You get so upset. Like, why?
That's
why
not what you want to see.
No.
Yeah, that was just really well played, well called here, coming through from Shopify. And now it's going to be a full save for Dig. Quite unfortunate. They have a mid aggression coming through. The Pain Shell's trying to delay the A take, a little lobby take.
Dinah says, nah. Nah. And just runs right through the Paint Shells, takes the A site with the Trailblazer. They take out the inshore, and the site's lost.
Yeah, I really like this from Shopify, just because it's really great to see a team when they're playing anti-eco. They don't get too deterred by some of the util that's there to deny them control. Because sometimes you can just go through stuff And what a lot of teams sometimes fall into the trap of in anti-ecos is being overly risk averse. Ultimately, you have so many advantages that you have to kind of respect that and just sometimes take the risks, because you can get a spike plant in an anti-eco, you've basically won the round at that point.
Yeah, most of the battles on those rounds are going to be in your favor. So I totally agree. Some teams play way too passive, and it definitely bites them. And they run out of time, or they run into stacks. But here we go, just the mid default again. You can do this with the double initiator. And I think they're going to plow B with these Spectres.
Oh, Trailblazer catches the trip. That's actually a pretty big win. Can't dash those anymore. Lorri able to get backside control, but it is the B site. So we'll see how well they can hold on to it. The Seekers go out. No Uthor remaining for Stefanie here. Diana able to defend. Looking for the gunfight. Stefanie takes down Lorri backside. That's a great win. Panini on the elevated position.
Flowerful's in garage, damn. There's just no shot. She's already on the flank.
Yeah, this is great timing. Actually holding on to double nanos still as well, so doesn't even need to use them. Theia looking, I think, for at least damage here. This is a scary situation. Oh, great peeks come in from Theia, but Panini shuts it down in the end. And Shopify, they're looking just like demons right now, Sean. They look like they are possessed.
Yeah, there's something that I really like about when a team picks a map after winning their opponent's pick. They lose pistol, and they show confidence to rebuy on the second. It shows me that they have a very deep playbook on their map pick, and I really like that look from Shopify. Like, I love the fact that they had a second round planned for if they lose pistol.
And now Lorri has the operator. We haven't really seen the operator in this matchup so far. Didn't get it on the. Oh, this is such an omen spot.
Yep.
Such an omen spot. Great. Like, I mean, it doesn't cost you almost anything. Just one shadow step to be in that elevated position. Really advantageous.
And look
Catching
at this.
That C-long push.
The second they realize it's a C-long push, they know it can't be a solo C-long push. There has to be someone else there. There's probably someone garage as well if you're pushing C, so let's just run it down A. Wow. Shopify is looking real good right now, Dan.
A great reaction so far. The Shocktar finds one, so does Rain. showliana doesn't find a connection, though, unfortunately, there for Big and Shopify. 4-1 advantage, but again, we can't really take the momentum for granted too much, because, I think if the first map taught us anything, you can find those moments in the most unexpected places. So we'll see what Dig is able to accomplish here on this next gun round.
There's a lot of pings over there at this A site. There's a Hunter's Fury in play. Are we going to get a blind ult somewhere? No. Okay, KP is actually leaning now towards C, and she has an operator. Is Emily playing aggressively here? Ah, just a 0 point. But she took the drone away from KP, Dan. She canceled it right when it was used.
And there's the pick coming in onto Stefanie on top B. So this creates a pretty dangerous situation on the defense here for Dig. They might need to try to gamble stack here because, well, it's not even a gamble stack at this point. They know what's coming. And retake on this A site will be difficult. They do have full util though, Sean. They've got Emily has that KO ult. We've got the Hunter's Fury ready to go as well. But I mean, we've got Hunter's Fury for KP and the flowerful has the lockdown, so there's a lot to work with. Great pick though with the cage from Theia, and they're able to do the damage before the setup is really there on this post plant. If the Shopify Rebellion, Lorri coming into action around the spawn position. The spike is ticking away. It's up to KP now to hold it down. Speaking of down, Emily's down on the ground. Will be able to be revived here, and that's going to be a 2 versus 1. It will take precious time. KP's on the operator, has a couple shock darts for this as well. There goes the tap. KP's going to have to challenge this. There's the peak, and Emily will not miss that trade. And the round goes Dig's way on the retake. They got in there, Sean, at like the perfect timing.
Gorgeous plays. Yeah, I mean, Theia getting the frag in the perfectly placed cage in heaven to take out the planter, combining that with showliana's Hunter's Fury also taking out someone. And then EMUHLEET needed to ult with the null coming from KO. I mean, there's just so much that was necessary for Dig on that retake, but their teamwork looked phenomenal throughout the entire thing. Great retake by Dig. Stems the bleeding, but they need to string rounds together after something like that, Dan.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And being on the defense, it can be hard on Haven. Well, that's deep smoke. And, oh, they're going to actually look to contact through this, perhaps. So there's the drone. Drone has been somewhat routine, so not necessarily a strict tell. Rain in a great position, dropping down, able to take down one. They're actually preventing access to the site here. 2 players lost already for Shopify. This is certainly an abort on this C hit. And you look at Dig, they're just really happy. They got 5 players left. They're so happy to just chill on the sites on their original positions still.
Yeah, great play by Rain. Just totally ignores the drone. Luckily, the drone doesn't see her. Gets the frag. Amazing paranoia to back off into the site. And now showliana clearing out all of mid. Takes out the turret. This is going to be a really hard round to win right now for Shopify. And that just made it 10 times harder.
30 seconds left.
It's definitely quite difficult. Some damage would be good, but Dig standing tall with 5 players left alive. And I like the thought, I like the idea to kind of try to make your way through that C smoke, because they've been dropping that smoke. It's been sort of part of the default. You know, throwing the drone up there as well is also been sort of somewhat part of the default. So it doesn't necessarily suggest everybody is there, but, you know, Dig was just very, very just cognizant to be able to defend that. We might get a 0 point straight away to the grass position here, Sean.
Ooh, I don't think it's going to get anything. And if she does throw that and it doesn't get anything, they know it's A. There it is. There's a 0 point. Gets nothing. So look at the rotate now. Let's see. Does showliana drift a little bit towards A? She's moving towards A link. That's such a big pick by Stefanie.
Yeah, so needed. Shopify trying to get in, but they're going to have to once again abort this. Oh, Stefanie pulls out the showstopper. Will she be able to connect this, though? I think everybody's out of the harm's way. Maybe not Lorri, looking for some form of control on this position. Did not expect the operator to be ready to go. And now, once again, we're in a similar position as the last round. The initial play comes through, and Shopify left without 2 players. And they're in a 3 versus 5 reset.
Dan, look at those 2 X's on the minimap. Stefanie got one of those from a sewers push and one of those from long. That's insane to think about. That's actually crazy that she did that path.
Oh, they're saving, actually, I think, Sean. I don't know. Are they looking for, like, an aggressive kill? Or, you know, someone pushes aggressively, they can get a kill maybe around as possible. But otherwise, it looks like they're just happy to just maybe sit here forever.
30 seconds left.
Save these guns.
Yeah, and finally Dig has answered back. They're coming back into this game at 4-4, and they force Shopify to save their weapons. Their economy's dwindling, so they're going to save these 3. Lorri's going to pop the Blade Storm next round, and likely someone's going to drop something to KP.
Left.
But this is a revitalized Dig this half, and that really hurts. As you know, the 3 frags in the round as opposed to 2. You can't drop 3 play. You can't drop 3 players with 2 alive, so in these close economy games. That's a big find right there by Theia.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's interesting because, you know, we talked about, you know, Lorri and her ability to be and just, you know, a crazed animal on this map on that jet, but unable to find the value just yet. Unable to find the positions to kind of explode on her opposition. And, you know, that's difficult sometimes when you're seeing such a tight defense as Dig are playing. Not really giving much opportunities. 0 point hits a lobby at the beginning this time. Suez control there from Stefanie. But as we can see, it's a fast push coming through here. Diana's Trailblazer able to get rid of the trip on that B site. Drone through the garage position. And there's a lot to defend this here. Lorri up in their business on that B site. There's the right click. And able to upgrade onto a weapon. This is a good start. Well, very good starts. I think 2 players remaining here now for Dig. And a lot to ask here for Rain. Able to pick up a double, though. And Stefanie has that operator in hand. One false step will be a problem, but there goes the sword for the Vandal. Oh, gonna take the high ground position. This could be perfect, but still Diana able to take down Rain. The trade comes through. Stefanie in the 1 versus 2 has a satchel to play with. The nano swarms will delay. And I don't think there's too much left here for Stefanie to do. Just taking so much damage. She would be forced to push so far to get these players. It is checkmate there in that position. Shopify able to clinch it.
Yeah, it looks like they were stopped out of the B site, but the resilience on the hit comes through from Shopify. And the right click from Lorri right here on Theia was massive. 3 frags coming in simultaneously on this weird force buy from Shopify. Great take.
Yeah, this was really well done.
I thought that was pretty cool too, because we got to see, that was the first time I've seen a Blade Storm get lost after a right click kill. It's the new update coming in for Jet, where if she gets the kill with right click Blade Storm, you don't refresh. So that was cool to see, because that was the first time I've ever seen that.
It's cool because it's like you get to make that choice as a player. Is this frag important enough to lose the entire ult to get the frag? Has my job been done basically after this one kill? And I like that kind of idea, because that definitely was the case there. Getting that clearance there. And one question from that round, Sean, is even though the B attack went so well, if you look at Dig's side on the defense, they knew it was coming, but they still had a horrible defense against it. So does that give Shopify some idea that maybe they should be thinking more about some of these B hits?
I don't know. I actually think it's the opposite almost. Well, Dig looks to be going with your approach by playing the B site now with 2 players, right? They're trying to counter the B hit. I personally think the B site's just easier to retake and try to do like a lot of chip damage on the take, hold the links, and it's an easy retake, especially if you're getting extremity control simultaneously, which is what most of the top teams do. So they're going to opt to play in the site, and Stefanie's playing real aggressive with this operator.
Oh, we might get the straightforward Killjoy lockdown play on Sewers here, Sean, with the Seekers as well to help clear out the site.
You're absolutely right. And this nerd cam above Sewers might go unnoticed. I don't know if they're going to look up there.
Stefanie able to drop down Diana as she makes her way forward. The trip there. Oh, Theia just so desperately trying to connect that. Spray there, but there is the protection behind the Radiant boxes. There goes the plant of the spike. What do we have here, though, in response?
Cam is still up. Look, Dan. The cam is just still up. They don't know.
And they saved the Killjoy ult as well for quite a long time here, Sean. That's going to burn a lot off of the clock and allow the attack, that is, to reset in these post-plant positions. Getting to move forward now through spawn all together. And Theia's going to take down Panini. That's a good early win. Flowerful looking for the moment to go for the swing. And Flowerful find the 1v1 she's looking for. Oh, getting tagged. Oh, that's going to work out. It forces her to go for the peak. They win it. And now it's down to showliana and the Odin's in hand. But I don't know what can be done. Nothing is the answer. And the round is going to go to Shopify.
I loved the observing on that retake because it just shows what Flowerful needed to do to win that round. And it was nothing. She didn't need to peek. Because we saw from the perspective of all the Dig players, when they came in, they were very aware of that peek from that box. I thought if she would have peeked into showliana at any point, she's dead. The trade would definitely come in. But she sat there so patient. Waited to use the nanoswarms, waited for the alarm bot to activate, and swung and did her job perfectly. That was an excellent play by Flowerful.
And once again, I think we're having a very close showing between these two teams. But in this round, Stefanie looking to walk up towards a lobby. And it's a slow round coming in from the attack now. Shopify was a slow pace, not really pressuring anything too hard. With that said, they do, of course, have Panini deep in the cubby there on long C. They're going for a C hit.
And Theia's got nothing on this site right now. They broke her cam. She's gonna have to back off.
Oh, just absolutely destroyed by all of the util coming through. And as you say, Sean, there's like really nothing. Oh dear.
Ooh.
Okay. That's problematic. That spike has to go down in that spot, or do they try to abandon it? They're going to commit to this. Again, this is a very favorable plant spot if you can get away from it. But Lorri's going to have to change the plan. The nanoswarms went down on the previous spike plant spot.
Spikes planted.
Oh man, this is horrible for Shopify, Dan.
Oh, great pick around the side of the crate from Lorri. And that's going to allow a trade for KP for a 1v1. Stefanie, what is she able to do here? Has satchels, there's the boom bot. Oh, KP so afraid of the boom bot. The swing from Stefanie will punish. And Dig will win the round. And Rain, I feel like so much comes down. Well, I think it was Rain or EMUHLEET, one of the two, getting the frag and preventing that first plant going down. Was huge.
Yeah, it's a good shot. I think it was Rain, actually. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. Hitting the frag on this planter won them the round. You can see the nanoswarms, like you mentioned perfectly, go into the plant spot, but Lorri can't plant there. So she has to plant tucked away in default, and that's what allows this whole entire sequence to happen on the retake. Oh my god, what a round by Dig.
And into this next one we go. We'll get a KO, a 0 point coming through onto the A long position. They even actually reconned our A lobby as well in case they were trying to like escape that 0 point. There's going to be another fast push coming through onto this B site in Garage. They might actually try to once again get those really hardcore timings through that C window, but Rain's going to try to challenge close. Lorri run and gun is successful, at least initially. Absolute madness here. Shopify is not looking too good here. The spike is actually lost in the sights. To get control of that once again. Oh my goodness, the Hunter's Fury comes in as well.
It's wild.
Looking so scary. Flowerful down to 5 HP, and now there's just no health left on the remaining two players here for Shopify. Flowerful's going to get fully owned there by EMUHLEET. Again, only 5 HP, but 6-6 is now the score between these two teams as we go into the second half, Sean.
These teams are so close. I swear, every round, all the big, more important gun rounds come down to the clutches. And I never know who's going to win, right? Dig has come up big in the majority of those, but I would say the early rounds of Shopify look really, really strong. So I can't wait to see how they open up their defensive half. This is their map pick, so can Dig rally enough rounds on attack?
Well, we will find out shortly after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to Game Changers 3. We're here in the lower final with Shopify Rebellion and Dig. And Shopify Rebellion had a slow start to this series, but ended up winning the first map in overtime. And now here we are, 6-6, all tied up in this second map on Haven. And Dig, they need to rally hard here to bring us to a third map.
They definitely are going to need a good start here. I think this is a very important pistol. I wonder if that's a shock that we see showliana lining up for that front B play. Here's a flash for the window peek, and yep, there's the shock. Let's see if it breaks the alarm bot. It did. Huge. And now they're creeping up B.
Ooh, I like that KO. 0 point. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We've got the assault on the B site. It is pretty much free at the moment. It's been kind of a retake scenario coming in through, but look at the control attempt here onto that A-link position, the paranoia, but Shopify able to defend from both sides at once, or at least attempt to do so. KP backside still doing damage with the Sova, leaving EMUHLEET now for Dig as the, well, has showliana there to back up as well.
Ooh, that molly might take out KP.
Yeah, that's a pretty good lob on that molly, but unfortunately not going to work out. And Shopify will hold on to this B site. Very well done from them.
Dan, I'm going to tell you, that was supposed to be an A split through B. You could see the intentions. The smokes, the dark covers in B were a pathway to A link. They sent a paranoia from Rain right there that goes through. But the counter paranoia from Panini combined with the fighting. There's 3 players in A link. So Dig needed to call an audible. But the players were massively out of position. So it's just a really good counter setup from Shopify right there. Great setup, great rotations, and Dig had no answer.
No answer. Drone's going to see a lot. Yeah, Shopify look to be in great standing right now. KP able to defend this C position, so not too much gained here for Dig. Perhaps they were trying to sort of force a rotation that they can maybe punish here. They'll sprint into the A side. They might be able to get a spike planted here, though. Lorri, let's get paranoid. There go those cloud bursts, though. That's going to make things somewhat annoying as more Shopify players were able to get on site. There's that spike. It's denied. No plan of the spike. That was a big objective behind all of this, and they don't even get any kills either. So that is highly successful for Shopify on the bonus.
Yeah.
Or going into the bonus.
The Marshall headshot from Lorri, like that was pretty sick. I was worried. I was staring at radar, and Diana was out of position. Actually, she was in a link, so it was all on Lorri. If she misses that opening Marshall shot, the site could have been lost. But she's too good. She's too good, Dan.
It's definitely a scary prospect because, you know, I think Lorri's been sort of waiting to rev up, and I feel like on the defender side, I think it's going to be easier for Lorri to get some sick kind of sniper situations going for herself. Some of the possible pushes that are available. So Dig know they're up against a bonus here. And they've started things off slow. What would you like to see from them?
Oh, this is where I feel like they need that drone to clear A lobby out late and end up going A. Not too big of a fan of going garage right now, but the Raze boombot allows it to happen. And hopefully they realize garage is still a threat.
It's kind of scary right now because Shopify have some good positioning on their SMGs. They've got someone in C Cubby, in Diana, who's actually pushing, will encounter the tripwire. Back away, perhaps.
I would imagine they're going A. They're going to have to... I don't mean to cut you off, Dan, but they're going to go A right now with showliana's drone. And it's just, how much juice can they get out of this drone? Does it see anyone?
And Shopify have a good read on this, too. And Lorri picks up one, but there's no time to dash. No time to dash at all. Really good openings come through from Dig to make this push look quite clean. Only losing EMUHLEET. That's really a very good result so far because, again, Shopify knew this was coming.
I love it. It's a massive change of pace coming from Dig right there. They use hardly any utility, actually. I mean, there's the drone I thought was going to take the site, but it was a contact play all along. And they won the trades, and now they have all the utility for the post play.
There's some extra damage coming through here from Shopify. Okay. Oh, okay. This is looking really bad right now. It's going to come down to showliana. 1 versus 1. Is flowerful going to go for the stick? Yes, but showliana is going to take that one away. And there's the clutch coming through there. Dig. Oof. That was really close. That looks so... Wasn't that like a 4 versus 2, Sean?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a 4-on-2 where they have the rifle advantage. They have the distance advantage. Look at this. I mean, just Spectre from heaven.
Yeah, that was quite unexpected. But hey, here we go. 8-7, Shopify, 1 round in the lead at the moment. Here on the beloved Guardian. Love to see it. Lorri on the operator. Lorri on that C push. Lorri could even updraft over the tripwire that's there, but that would probably only be in response to a very hard A hit. And we have right now Rain also set up outside garage. So looking for anyone pushing garage, and in fact, we get a drift back towards the C position. And Lorri's going to get the pick onto Theia. So now what do you do?
Well, you're in big trouble now because the Seekers have informed the enemy of where you are. Lorri has full C-long control. There's 3 players on the A side and a Killjoy set up at the remaining 2 locations. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. Yeah. You're going to go with the contact play in the A again, Dan.
Yeah, there's like no other option, and I think it's so clear to Shopify. Trailblazer comes through. Ryan is in a sticky position here, able to defend against the short player. There is one more there, though. That's Rain coming through. That's Spectre able to take down one, but still, so much delay, so much damage. Panini in the corner, plays the baits game, the bait and switch for flowerful. Pick up the defense. And they set that one up so nicely, just as you said, Sean. They got initially Lorri into that deep position on C-Long, and then it just shut down all the options, combined with the Killjoy util.
Yeah, there were no good options for Dig in that 5-on-4. I thought they actually had a pretty good play to go with a contact play into A. Unfortunately, Panini just absolutely destroyed them. And she's been doing that all series long, actually. Massive round by Panini. And Dig really, really needed that one. The 4 deaths on the bonus round, this is where they hurt the most, Dan. This round.
Yeah, it really hurts. And I'm wondering what the answer will be for Lorri, because the thing is that you can't exactly say, oh, well, Lorri will be pushing C-Long and we can deal with that by doing X, Y, and Z. It's like, well, actually, Lorri might be C-Long in that round, but then on the next round, she could be Suez, or she could be A-Long, or she could be playing top B, or like Gares. Like, really, any position on Haven. You can. I mean, it's Jet, for crying out loud. You can pretty much play any spot. That's the whole point. With the dash, you're able to do a lot of crazy things, and that is going to be so difficult to navigate now.
And she has a Blade Storm, too, in her back pocket. So if you get close to that operator, you're like, oh, let's cut the distance and get really close to her. She'll probably pop the Blade Storm. Good luck.
Indeed. It's going to be interesting to see what might work. If they can find the solutions, they can show us. But like you say, there's not too much to work with here. He's just got EMUHLEET on that Spectre. And that's about it. They've already lost Stefanie. So, going into thinking a little bit about that next gun rounds, is there anything that you need to see from Dig here to kind of turn things into their favor? Anything that stands out to you, Sean?
Silence.
I think they need to be more aggressive at getting map control at A or C. Right?
One enemy remaining.
I feel like they're losing control across the map. It certainly seems like Shopify is winning the extremity fights time and time again. Whether it's wherever Lorri goes, honestly. If she wants to go A or C, they're winning the extremity fights no matter what. So can Dig win those early round battles and get map control? So far, they haven't proved to me that they can do it. All they've really proven is that they had that dry take on a bonus round. They need to show more.
Keep doing what you do best.
Well, interestingly, we have Lorri playing that C position again. I think she's top C. They can get info with the Guiding Light, though, because they do have Diana also in that position. And that info may allow Lorri to move around. But so far, Lorri's sticking to her guns on the C site. B left completely open at the beginning of the rounds. And the drone clearance here of the garage position.
He is totally open. Oh, Dig just doesn't realize they could just walk into this site.
However, with KP, with the Hunter's Fury, and also flowerful with the lockdown, it's going to be difficult to hold on to this site. That said, KP burning the Hunter's Fury straight away. Not using it for a retake. See if that pans out nicely or not for them. And that aggressive smoke coming in as well. That Stefanie's now going to play inside of with the Vandal.
Oh, this lurk, though, Dan. This lurk.
There's that lockdown. They're all waiting for it. But do they know about Theia? Thinking about the trigger discipline, but goes for the 2K. There's the neural theft. Stefanie, meanwhile, in front of B, decimating the defense there as well. And there's nothing left thanks to Theia's flank. What a setup. Finding the key moment of complacency, Sean. Look at the lockdown, think everything's fine. No one was checking the flank.
Gorgeous timing on the lurk from Theia. And this is something I've been seeing from these B lurkers now. On the B post plants, they're going through C now. At the start of the game, it was all going through garage. But you could tell now the Sentinels on defense are very aware of it. They'll leave alarm bots in garage, they'll leave trips in garage. Or they'll just have someone just aware and holding it the entire round. The meta has shifted, and the lurker now is coming through C. And that round is the perfect example of why that occurs. What a round by Theia.
Ooh. That's a pretty big 0 point because they spotted not just the Jet, but also the Sky. And given how, you know, those two have often playing together, that tells them a lot about what's happening in this round, Sean.
Yeah, and again, they're doing the same smokes at B. Are they going to go into B? The alarm bot's still there. So Shopify have an idea that no one's in B yet.
Ooh, trading into Panini in the Gares position. It's actually huge because there's a lot of time left. They don't have to commit off of that, but they're going to actually also at the same time have Rain running through that smoke on B. And it will be a C take. 3 versus 3. Planted for long, in which they have positioning already.
EMUHLEET has the null, the ultimate for KO. It's there, but is it worth using it in a 3-on-3? I don't know.
Yeah, given how close this game is, might hazard an ult air from KO, and there it comes. There goes EMUHLEET down on the ground now. Of course, can be revived. Lorri going for the hold here. I don't think they can stop this. There's nothing to stop this from Lorri. And Shopify steal the round with that defuse from Lorri. Great suppressing utility coming in to just shield that defuse.
Yeah, her cloudbursts are what secured the round. I think it gave some comfort into getting it halved. I thought showliana's ult, especially when it took out Diana pushing long C, was going to win the round. But the cloudburst on the spike, again, they're just... The Jet, Lorri, even when she's not fragging, is finding massive value here.
And now it's 11-8. And Lorri, they're going to go straight into Lorri here with this play. Oh, there we go. Gets the shot off that she was looking for. Didn't quite get the connection. I wonder if it's because of the pressure of the boombot. I think she was maybe moving.
Cover going out.
Looked pretty on to me. But Rain with those aggressive ultimate TPs, Sean. Up in heaven.
I love it.
Spike down.
The presence, the pressure that this creates is back down onto site now. Big fan of just that repositioning out of heaven.
Planted.
Lorri needs to come up huge with the operator here. Looking for a pick. Nothing given, though. And it's a fight ensues, and it's going to be EMUHLEET to win it. Powerful, and Lorri's they're going to run. Yeah.
I want to say their economy must be getting a little low, too, because that prior round, only one player lived on the defensive side. So these weapons are very, very important that they're looking to save, especially the operator on Lorri. And you can see Dig as well. They need their economy fortified, too. I don't think they're going to hunt. So I think everyone in the server is going to remain alive, and we'll take it in the next round.
It's going to be interesting to see if Dig can continue to sort of keep this momentum going off of the back of this. Lorri, you know, they've been able to kind of prevent Lorri from having some of that early run impact. Lorri was very, very close to getting that opening pick, and that, of course, would have changed absolutely everything. And, of course, you know, Rain also using that ult TP was a really big deal, because just having that instant presence on the flank up in heaven, it creates so much pressure, and you have to look in 2 completely different locations for the defenders. So the question is consistency and approach here for Dig. That took a lot of resources.
Ooh, and Dan, we get to see Stefanie with this showstopper. She's been really successful with it so far. We've seen it. And it's going to be a C-pop where likely she's going to be double satcheling in all over flowerful right now.
There's a couple nanoswarms here which could buy a lot of time for a rotation if these get popped. And there we go, there goes one. And that's actually going to do a decent amount of chip damage. Flowerful goes for the swing, and they're trying to cross from the garage hallway as well, and they're going to get taken down. They can't get beyond the smoke. This killjoy utility that they were fed into because of that mid-aggression is proving very useful. And now it's Theia and showliana with very low health. And they've got to find a way onto the spike. It's right now, flowerful's just sitting on top of it.
There's no shot, Dan. I mean, with that HP, a gust of wind could take out both of these players. 16 HP on Theia, lurking through the B site. But you can see, KP's so aware.
Cage trigger.
It's going to be very, very hard to get some damage in here for Theia.
Just charges left.
Especially, you know, with the situation whereby they know precisely where you are. It's just...
One enemy remaining.
It's a tough situation for sure, and looks like the inevitable here for Theia is about to be a crushing reality. Baiting the peak. And Sean, I mean, the paranoia, like the mid-aggression, forcing them into the Killjoy util where they were delayed just long enough to get the other util in place. It's just like so well played. It really is.
I think Stefanie absolutely needed to pop the showstopper and double satchel in early. Flowerful was all alone on C when the drone first came out, but the rotation was so on point from Shopify. By the time the hit actually happened, when the nano swarm dissipated, there's like 3 or 4 Shopify players on the C site. And KP locking down the flank. There's no shot for Dig there.
Oh, and Lorri's going for the aggression in mid now.
Oh.
The dash has been used. Has to updraft through. Somehow gets out of there with a surprisingly high amount of health. Oh, Stefanie legged on the way out. This is a pretty scary spot here. But yeah, as you said, showliana has that showstopper. Doesn't take any damage there. Only on 30 HP. Big chance now here for Dig to stay in this match. To stay in this in the Game Changers 3 right now. Again, to remind you, Shopify won the first map in this best of 3. They're looking to play the finals tomorrow against Cloud9 Whites. It's a great pickup from Lorri, down to 1 HP.
Just absolutely fearless. She is so fearless. Just when you think she's low enough on health to not aggress anymore, she goes back for more. Left with 1 HP now. 5 on 4. Dig sticking together, but look what's capable now of happening. KP's all over this flank.
Showstopper's going to at least give them safe entrance.
Wow. That's a round-saving frag from showliana. We're now in a 4-on-2. And no lockdown available for flowerful. I think they might save again, Dan. 1 HP? Yeah. I think the difference is... I think Dig hunts this time, though.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, especially given like the ult economy right now. You know, it's definitely more so in favor of Shopify Rebellion. And if flowerful was able to get a pick here, you know, of course, that just it gets her closer to that lockdown. And the lockdown is like an ult that is so critical, especially in a situation where you just need 1 round to win. You can start playing retake games. It can completely change how you want to actually play rounds. So we'll see where Lorri goes next time. This round, this is the first time I think that she's actually gone aggressive in mids. And I'm totally surprised she didn't get just annihilated, honestly.
Yeah. It looked like she was so trapped when she used the dash and the paint shells. I was like, how does she live? But alas, she does. And she brings the op into this round. Round 23. Oh, if Dig can win this round, look at the economy. The last one should be relatively easy for them. But look, Lorri is on this long angle. Are they going to be able to push her off?
Yeah, I think, that, again, this is now the first time that we're seeing Lorri playing that position with the operator. And if this boils down to a mid-round retake A, she might have some success. In fact, they're going into Lorri's position. She finds the pickup. Shopify now in a good spot on this defense because you can see that Dig is on just aborting that push into the B site. And they're in a mid-round now with a 4 versus 5. And Lorri's still just posted up here. And somehow, I think Emily's actually crept past.
Yeah, Lorri looks like she's not aware someone could be sewer. The updraft didn't spot EMUHLEET. So she has no idea EMUHLEET's here. And I don't know if EMUHLEET is going to have the courage to progress through sewers. That would be an outrageous lurk if she did that. And actually now the rotation is coming from KP, so that's not even available to her anymore.
Oh, there's a sense that I think they must have seen that the 0 point came through from that position. Play into the B side. The spike will go down.
The lurk is there.
4 versus 5. EMUHLEET picks up Lorri on the A side. Great lurk from EMUHLEET this round. Really remarkable from her. And that could be a deciding factor in this 4v4 now. Looking to hold on to this spike. It's planted on B. We know how hard that is to hold. Oh no, the timing there for Panini. Theia take her down. And that's going to be a horrible look now after all is said and done for Shopify. They've got next to nothing left in it. Diana goes down and Dig. They pick up the round. And Sean, you said it once again, just like the first map, you said, hey, the economy's kind of shaping up for an overtime here at this point.
Yeah. And I mean, we said it in the round, but EMUHLEET's lurk on short And then, I'm not sure if you caught it, we had a great cinematic shot again. She threw the molly on the spike from the mid window and then 0-pointed the last guy. She was all over the map and ultimately won that round for Dig. 1 round left, and we have a Spectre on Diana.
Great stuff coming in here from them. And I'm liking this flash, actually. It's a very cheap way to get the advantage on the mid peak. And that's going to win control there for Stefanie as she makes her way up to B side of things here on Haven.
Man, I don't even remember the last time we saw Lorri without an operator on this defensive half.
It's true.
This is very interesting.
I like the drone through on A lobby there as well, coming in from Dig, because it basically shows that there's not an invested forward play on A lobby, which kind of tells them that, hey, the setup on the defense is kind of balanced. We're not expecting like a 1-1-3 or something right now. It's going to be more like what we see here. More pressure on B. It's drawing a lot of players here, Sean.
Yeah, 3 players right now on this B site, but it's an A hit, and that is a massive opening by Stefanie.
Yeah, using that distance advantage to her advantage, and now Dig have this site under control, and Shopify needs something massive right now. Lorri, Cage goes down, but so does she. Yeah, with the frag. Flowerful looking to do a better job in that scenario, and it's just absolutely perfect. A flawless round to bring us to overtime again here on map 2.
Overtime.
However, Shopify might not have nearly as much pressure on them here, Sean, because Dig are the ones that must win this map to stay in this series.
Yeah, but I love it. It's like anything you can do, I can do better kind of mentality right now. Dig are the comeback heroes now on map 2. Oh my, I didn't expect them to pull it back here and go to OT. But again, they have the momentum now. It seems like they've solved this attacking half. But now they go back to defense where things were a little shaky to start this map. I don't think they're going to get many fights here in this A lobby. It looks like Shopify is going to distance themselves from the barrier, avoid the 0 point, a lot like what we saw early on in the game. You see they're very far off of A lobby right now.
It seems like both teams, neither has been too bullish on going for that deep A lobby control in this matchup.
Yeah, it actually seems like the longer the match goes, the more B hits we've been seeing. It seems like both teams have recognized B as a weak point.
Freeing the drone. Diana makes her way through, just trying to get that entry now. Oh, Rain, amazing in these 1v1s, but so much util to worry about. Rain actually does pick one, just dancing back and forth between these two positions. Now the assistance is there. The cavalry is here for her. Despite her getting taken down, it's up to these remaining gunfights. Back C. Powerful ready with the right-click classic. Ready and raring to go. Swapping out for another Vandal.
Oh, 2 bullets.
Oof, it's so scary right now. Powerful actually able to get a reload off on that Vandal.
So low.
There's just nowhere to turn, nowhere to go. Dig will take the rounds. Not enough time to set up for that spike plant.
Switching sides.
In large part due to Rain, right? I mean, you said she's been winning those one-on-one duels. That wasn't about winning a duel, though. That was just staying alive, buying time, you know, using the sight box like it's your best friend, right? I can't believe that she lived for as long as she did. I think Theia rotated and dropped a cage on her, which actually helped out massively as well. So it's such a good job on the C site, hold initially, and then not over-peaking for the retake late. That might be Dig's first lead, and I don't even remember the last time they were ahead in this game, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have they been ahead?
I don't think so. No, they haven't. We'll see if they can stay ahead. Looking to close this one. Oh, oh, the juking was just immense there from Stefanie. I thought that she was going to completely avoid the drone, but a good effort. The Odin out. The glass cannon from Lorri as well. Love to see that. Holding that A-long position. As you said, Sean, these B pressures coming in a lot right now. Stefanie's going to go in for it too. Panini spotting it. Gets the headshot. Big defense there from Panini trying to get out of that position. KP going through with the Odin. And that's going to deny the spike plant. That's a massive win. so far here for Shopify Rebellion. Looking to tie things up. Want to force that next overtime. And they have only 2 players left to deal with. A 4 versus 2 here for Shopify Rebellion. And they have spike control. Oh, and they have set up behind it too.
30 seconds left.
Oh. It's so crazy how these B hits just get so wild. And then they calm down into a 4-on-2. Shopify looks like they're going to take this into double overtime. What else could we expect, Dan? These teams are so evenly matched.
It's crazy.
This is such a good series. This is such a good series.
Switching sides. Overtime.
It's so great to see just because of just the, like you say, the evolution of approach that's necessary for both teams. It's been really, really enjoyable to follow. And like you were saying, we're seeing the gravitation towards those B plays in the mid round. And neither team has been, again, too happy to just go for full A lobby control and playing off of deep control there. And C pushes seem to be quite seldom as well from the defenders for both sides. So you're coming down to that B mid rounds. Ooh, the dash through from Lorri.
She got past the 0 point.
Oh, great play there. Just synergizing so well with the Sky Flash.
Wow, this whole time they've been playing passive on A lobby, dodging the 0 point. And this time she dashes in front of it. They never expect her to be that close. What an awesome play to bust out in double OT.
And now just a super fast rotation, sprinting all the way to C. There's only 1 player left to Theia. Backside looking to try to just delay, but caught between 2 positions. And Shopify have the site. They've got the plant. And Rain, key 1 versus 1. I think if Rain wins that one, that there is maybe a chance here, but in a 2 versus 3. But now it's a 1 versus 4. So showliana with really so much against her. And Shopify might be about to take the lead here again.
Certainly looks like it.
It's a ghost town on the site.
Oh dear.
Let's get some frags at least. showliana trying to, at least get some extra stats on the board here. I'm liking the discipline we're seeing from Shopify. They're really trying to give nothing away in a round that looks very, very much theirs. In fact, of course, it is 14-13. Shopify. They win this one. They've got the series in the bag, and they have booked themselves a ticket to the grand finals against Cloud9 White, the game changers and boss.
Yeah. And they had that matchup right before this one. Didn't go so well for them. But I will say, they showed a lot of resilience in their opening map. They were down, I think, 10-0 against Cloud9 White in that matchup and made the comeback. But let's not get lost in that. Let's focus here on how Shopify is going to stop this A hit, because it's a solo Sova that has now been suppressed. He is running. Look at this. KP is just saying, the site's yours.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then the drone comes through to confirm the info to see, is this just the pressure, and they're actually just falling back away from this one now. They're again representing the A push. They've got 3 players on the A site right now, and there's this moment in this mid round now where they've got to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, they bled out a lot of utility from these A site players. Are they looking to just walk back in now? This is brilliant. This is so smart.
Revealing area. Right here. There they are.
This is amazing stuff indeed. Really just pushing and pulling the rotations, the seesawing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Everybody else went to their post-plant positions without the spike being able to be safely planted behind the box. Rain's going to pick it up. This is the moment to go here for Shopify. They know it. They're pushing straight forward. Lorri gets the opening pick. The trade comes through. But flowerful is there with a trade of her own. And that's Shopify now winning the game of numbers. Stefanie looking to win the game with the Vandal. But it's going to be everyone now just falling to the ground. Shopify Rebellion pick up the defuse, pick up the map. And that's 2 in a row. And that means that they're going to the grand finals here, Sean.
Yeah, congratulations to Shopify. It's been a hard day of matches with back-to-back best of 3s. And these matches were not easy to win against Dignitas.